Hey, it's been a minute since I've made a video, but I felt like I wanted to make one, and the reasoning behind it is because I know that it's for me too. I hope that whoever also needs to hear this knows it as well. I just want you to know that you everything that you do when you follow your heart, as bumpy and rough and all the things tumultuous and everything as it is, getting there to that place where you finally are like, hey, like this is what I want for me, and you follow your heart, even though there are a lot of people around, unfortunately, maybe for you, because there is for me. um if you don't really have people in your life that really see you in the way that you want to be seen. And it's not necessarily even just because of anything that you've necessarily done, but mostly just the way that how you just feel, how you feel so much more than so many other people, in a sense of like just being able to, like, I know, like, for me, like, it's like a not necessarily like the whole like soda pop can thing, where you shake it and it explodes and stuff, but it's more so like you just have the depths of you. You're like, we're made out of like 70 or so percent water or whatever. It's like you feel all of that, and then some. And then you have people in your life that aren't able to meet you, or the capacity to be able to meet you in the depths of you. And it's hard for other people to be able to hold your grief, um, because they're not really able to, unfortunately, or not necessarily unfortunately, because grief and people's pain and all of our stuff, like, it's a lot to carry. So, you know, but with that though, because they're not able to have the capacity to hold your grief when you're talking about things that are important to you, or, you know, whatever's, eating you up inside, that you just had like, that your heart's tugging at. Number one, it's important to follow your heart first and foremost. Like, that's the only way I feel that I personally want to live my life. Um, but with that being said, it's a lot harder than me just saying that. Um, so I just want you to know that, like I was saying, that like it's hard for other people to hold space for your grief, because they're not able to really be able to deal with their own, or they can only handle their own. I think that it's important to remember that people only have the capacity for the things that they really want to do. And if they want to do something, then they'll make time and they'll create space to be able to work through the things and to be able to show up in different ways. Because, with that also being said, there's a lot going on out here, so I do my best to remember to have grace, with other people, especially when I remember everything that I've been through too, and how I was met with, not a lot of support. Um, so that made me, like, realize that, hey, okay, I've got so much stuff within me, and first of all, I'm going to therapy, but also, just being able to hold space for the things that are within me help me to be able to see other people, and that, everybody is just doing what they feel is best for them. And even if the folks that we love and care about the most aren't able to show up for us, it doesn't mean that we should abandon ourselves, and that we're unworthy of love and care and getting that kind of support that we know we need and deserve. So then that comes the part where, you know, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of courage to be able to go into the depths of you, to be able to pull those things out so that you're able to be able to balance it out and handle it. Um, so I just want to let you know this is a space for you to do that. That, you know, if you have something right now that you that's been weighing you down, or that's been on your heart that you haven't really been able to shake off, or, you know, anything that you need right now, I really do hope that you get that. I hope that you're able to brave the storms, to be able to work through the things that you need to, so that you can live a life that you're a lot more, not necessarily at peace with and not necessarily happy with, but just that you actually love more. You know, even if things are hard, I think that that's another thing, is that, you know, even when we're in relationships with people or friends or anything like that, like, hard moments and stuff like that will always come up in our lives. And I think that I've had an incredibly unique and painful experience in my life that really taught me the cost for wisdom is incredibly, it takes, like, if you gain wisdom, you had something taken from you, or you had to learn something that was so incredibly life changing for you that just completely shook your world, you know. But, you know, I feel like, you know, what they call they call orgasms, like, you know, a little death. It's pretty much like every day, you know, we die a little bit more and are reborn into somebody that, you know, the day before that we needed, you know. And it's hard though to carry all of that stuff within us. But I just want you to know that you have the strength to, and that you have people out here, even though you don't know me, I'm somebody out here that really does care. And yeah, I just really hope that you're able to get through all the things you go through the stuff that you don't talk to people about, or the stuff that other people maybe in the past have said that, like, you know, well, what do you want me to do about it? Or, you know, like, people have just shown you that they're not able to really show up for you in the way that you need. So, as unfortunate as that part is to everything, I think that it shows us not only that we should be there for ourselves, but also that love and care and, like, community and, like, people actually, like, you know, the thing is that, like, if people really want to, then they will, you know. And that's something that you don't have to negotiate on, in the sense of, like, you know, with your self-worth or with what you think is right or wrong or whatever. Like, the people that love and care about you will show up for you. If they hurt you, they'll, you can actually talk to them, and you should be able to. And if you can't, then I'm really sorry about that. I also know what it's like to experience that, and I just hope that you're able to find people that hold space for you, um, and just really show up for you and that love and care that they say that they have. Um, we are all students and teachers and, like, people out here just doing the best that we can with what we have, but we all have the power to be able to speak life into others and really show up in a way where we teach other people what love is for us. And it's okay if they have came from different backgrounds or whatever, that's fine, like, we all do, you know. But it's really just being able to have that space within you so that you're able to take care of and nurture the people that are outside of you too. Um, a plane genuinely goes by every time I think about people that I love, so it's kind of funny, but also pretty much by an airport. But it happens all the time and just syncs up. Uh, Life is weird, and I think that I you know, I have a habit of just genuinely feeling like, you know, did I do something that mattered? But, yesterday I was really going through it, and I kind of like broke down and started to like pray, and was just like, I need help. So, like, send me a sign that, like, I'm doing what I need to do, and I got that. So, hi there, good morning. Oh, so, it's just pretty cool. I like this place. I think that it's funny. Sometimes, like, you get so shy with people, but it's all pretty beautiful. Oh, hi, I like your dog.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. Hi there.
Say hi, Milo.
Milo. Aw. Hi
Good
there.
baby, Milo.
Hi, you're so cute.
He just knows things, so he probably got food.
Oh, yeah. I wish I did, honestly. I'd give him.
For his sake.
Yeah, oh, I got you.
But thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I hope you have a wonderful walk. Yeah, no problem. Just being human is so wild, and I am just always in awe of the ways that life shows up for you when you're really going through things and you feel like you are literally at the end of the fucking rope, like that you're at the end of it, and you just have all this stuff going on that like just makes you like, but I think that, when you live your life as yourself, as messy as that may be, but you're real, and you follow your heart and are true to how you feel, and you don't just do stuff because you feel like that's what's expected of you, but I think that that's another thing, having expectations for things. I've definitely been one to get my hopes up so high, but that's because um, I live a very unique life, where I cannot afford to just not be who I truly am. Like, I wasted away, I feel like, in my heart and in my spirit by not really showing up for myself in a sense of like, being that like person that actually loved me, enough to like be out here. So when I didn't really love myself, I felt like I was unworthy of being loved out there too. But I know what I've made of, and I know the things that I've been through, and I know the value in the things that I've been through too. And if you take anything away from this, that's what I always really want people to remember, is that, you know what you've been through. You know everything you've been through. And you know what it took to become the person that you are. I don't ever want you to just brush that off like it was nothing, because in order for us to really heal and really grow from the things that we've been through, we have to be able to sit with them and know that those things happened and it was real. And whatever you feel from that, like, just know any of the shame or any of that stuff, like, acknowledge that stuff and know that it's all not going to be an overnight thing. We're going to continue to go through things that we go through, but, I believe that, if you just keep holding on and just keep loving, then you'll be able to make it through. So, yeah, much love to you all.